Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to another Let's Talk FPL stream, number 98 tonight. Only 2 away from the 100, that should be this time next week. Right before a double game week, I think that's kind of almost perfect really. 100th stream, just before a double game week. Yes, of course, most of our teams will be set, but some people will be free hitting. I'm sure there'll be more injuries to get through. Obviously the big talking point this week is Mo Salah. I've just seen a tweet where seems like he's okay, but he's probably going to be rested either way. So really nothing much has changed, I suppose, because there could have been a rest anyway. Now, I don't know if he definitely would have got rested, but we had to be prepared for it. Sam Wise has liked already, thank you very much. As always, dropping a like on the stream is much appreciated. There's 4 polls up tonight. Top right hand corner. Yeah, only 4. To be honest, a lot of people tweeted me the same thing, and I didn't have much time to think about it, so I just put 4 up. Gameweek 33 captain. A lot of them are actually the same as the last stream, I'll be honest. Gameweek 33 captain. What are you doing with Kane and Lukaku? I.e., which ones are you bringing in for 34? Can we really get rid of Salah and have your Kane plans changed? I'm doing good, Mr. Vader. How are you? Is Aaron Ramsey essential for the double game week? I'm going to say no. A lot will depend. If Arsenal are out of Europe, then yeah, I'll definitely look at him for his price. But if they're in Europe, we've already seen him get rested a couple of times. First live chat for me since your son was born. I'm not going to try and pronounce the name because I'll butcher it. Born on March 22nd, congratulations. Congratulations on the kid, and congratulations to making it back in the stream. I don't know which of those 2 things is more important, but I'm glad you're here. You're currently licking an apricot lolly. I feel like that's an innuendo. A bit of Russian there. No idea what that says. What was he going to say? I don't know what I was going to say. Mkhitaryan apparently, by the way, injured. Oh, he's gone off with a knock, so we'll have to see how bad that is. Why the hell have you got no Liverpool players? Salah's on the bench. In fact, straight away, I need to put Salah back in the team, otherwise I'll get questioned about that all stream. Okay. Obviously, I'm going to play Salah. Life is on the up after the troubles of 2017. Jack the Cat, I'm very glad to hear that. Always good to hear that. First time watching in months, Jeremiah. Glad you're back. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, Ramsey's too much of a risk, especially if they're in Europe. If they're not in Europe, then this is different. But they're winning 4-1. It looks like they're going to go through. Haircut. No, I had my haircut like a week or 2 ago. It's actually quite long considering I got it cut recently. I don't think they cut it short enough. Was hoping for a hint on how to pronounce. I mean, is it Irish? No, it's not Irish. Judging by your name, that's not an Irish name. Ali. Oh, I don't know. I'm not even going to try. Alu Lalish. Looking sharp, really? Not sure about that. First thing you hear is the classic double click of the mouse. I know. Best way to stream, that is. You really want Sanchez now with the Mo issues. The thing for me, and I'm guessing we're going to talk about Salah a lot tonight. I kind of want one of my obviously first thought was hopefully he's okay, all that jazz. But when it comes to FPL, first thought was, okay, this could be a way to get Kane and Sanchez. Now, it might take a hit or 2, but that could be worth it. But obviously, I don't really want to bring Sanchez in this week. So if you're on a wildcard, it's a different story. I think there's actually potentially a lot more reason to get rid of Salah on the wildcard. Especially if you've got a free hit, because then you're only really missing him from 33, which he's going to probably miss anyway. 35, you can bring him back in. 34, okay, yes, he might play. But you're not going to you're not going to captain him. And then really it's just 36, but people will have Kane. Kane's got Watford at home. So on a wildcard, I can see it. The problem for me is there's not really a midfielder I want to bring in this week. So You know what I mean? Sanchez has got Man City. I don't really want to make that move. So I'd have to do it in 34. But at that point, nothing's really changed if he's not injured. If he's going to play. Do you know what I mean? So I shouldn't take that groin injury as a reason to get rid of him now when I didn't before, if that makes sense. But there is something else to consider, of course, that Liverpool are probably going to go through in the Champions League, in which case they're all going to suddenly become more of a rotation risk. We saw what Klopp did when they were in the Europa League. Now, I don't think top 4 was such a consideration for them then, but still. Davern, love the streams, thank you very much. De Gea or Ryan? Oh. This is going to be something that's going to do my head in all week. And it will annoy me because it's just a goalkeeper decision. Shouldn't have to put this much thought into it. I have De Gea right now. I spoke on my last video about it. Ownership is a consideration for De Gea. Man City were obviously quite poor against Liverpool. But the problem is Man United are not going to go and play like Liverpool did. But Man City are going to rest players. So if De Gea gets a clean sheet and saves, could be bonus points there as well. Because I don't think Man United are going to score many goals. So it's tempting to play him. But as someone pointed out in the comments section on the video, Ryan, penalty save recently, a couple of 9-pointers. Playing probably the best team to play right now in terms of not being able to score goals. So it's a tricky one. I think... I don't know. I don't know. I think both could get a clean sheet. Ryan is probably a little bit... You'd probably back Ryan. If I had to put money on it, I'd probably back Ryan. Which almost makes me think I should just stick him in goal. But we've seen what De Gea is like. Save points are almost guaranteed. The thing is, if I play De Gea and he doesn't get a clean sheet, the likelihood is the clean sheet from Ryan is not going to cost me too much rank. So I'm probably going to play De Gea, I think. City don't actually shoot a lot. David De Gea getting a massive haul is just wishful thinking. Yeah, okay, but a clean if they don't shoot much, then a clean sheet sounds quite likely. Jamal Rice with the 199. Thanks very much, my man. Still flying high. I have to check where you are now and overall. Although I reckon you'll tell us before I get there. Jamal is currently 7th, is it? Yep, 7th. Only 39 points off number 1. Who's going to be the top scoring forward and midfielder this week? Let me remind myself of the fixtures. Harry Kane. I think Harry Kane's going to play. Milivojevic, for anyone that's asking. If he plays, I almost want to say the top scoring midfielder will be Willian. Will Aubameyang outscore Kane? That's a tough one. Do you know what? I'm going to go Aubameyang. I know that's so obvious. And I want to back Willian for midfield. I'm just trying to see if there's any players I potentially missed who've got easy games. Like Mahrez, for example, could do really well this week against Newcastle. But Willian, if he plays, he's got a good few hauls when he's played recently. So I'm going to go Aubameyang and I'm going to back Willian, even though Mahrez is probably safer. Yeah, Son could be another option. Milivojevic. I think I got it right, right? Oh, Aaron Ramsey. Yeah, but he might not even play. Arnautovic, nah. Oh, excuse me. Jerome says, all this talk and they'll probably get a similar score of 2 or 3 or 6. Yeah, obviously talking about the goalkeepers. Exactly, that's why I don't want to rack my brain about it too much. Dele Alli tempts you. The thing is, I think on the Scoutcast, like last week or the week before, I did mention that Ali, or it might have been on a video or a stream, I don't know, somewhere I mentioned that Ali could be one to pick while Kane is out, or Son, because obviously Son's going to play up front, but we've seen Ali kind of step up and take on the responsibility of scoring goals when Kane's been out. And I don't think it's too much of a coincidence that he scored 3 goals in the last 2 games, exactly when Kane's been out. Kane back, I don't know if he's going to have such a goal scoring threat, but as people pointed out to me on Twitter, he does sometimes go on these runs, goal scoring streaks. Obviously, when he does, he can be quite high scoring. They got good fixtures, 36 to 38. So I don't think Dele Alli's a bad pick. I don't know. Not for, well, I say not for me, but I can't realistically get him, so maybe that's why. Maybe my bias is helping me with that answer. Yeah, as Fizzy says, he could be playing for his England place. Or at least affirming that he should be playing. Tips on how to catch up quickly on players above your min leagues was a 130-point gap and got it down to 40. Well, first of all, you don't need any tips if you've cut it down by 110. You captained Kennedy and Schmeichel last few weeks. Any tips? Did you captain Schmeichel when he got his penalty save? If you did, absolutely fair play to you. I don't think there's necessarily specific tips which will help you catch up quickly. Obviously, if you're mostly prioritising a min league, you have to look at the players they've got versus you. I actually spoke about this on the last video. You don't need to go mad with the differentials, but a couple of nice ones here or there could work. And if you know who they're going to captain, that can work to your advantage. Because a lot of times the person at the top will play safe with captain. So there could be the odd week where maybe a differential captain works out for you. 40 points over 6 weeks is nothing. So don't. My advice there is not to go too different, just for the sake of it. What do I reckon the chances are of a top 50k with triple captain, bench boost and free hit left? Current rank is 292k. In past seasons, I would say that's definitely possible. And of course it is possible, but you're going to find it tough because people in the top 100k, you know, they're all still pretty active. And there's just a lot more better managers or more dedicated managers, informed managers, however you want to word it this year. So it's actually quite tough. So I think you're going to find it tough to crack 50k from there, but it can definitely be done. Put vice captain on Mahrez. Yeah, I will switch it. Oh yeah, okay, let me switch it now. It doesn't have to be Mahrez though. It could be Vardy, I suppose. Willian. I really hope Willian gets a haul this week. There's actually something interesting going on with the Scoutcast this week. I don't know if I can announce it on stream. But let's just say I'm going to need Willian to do something for me this week. You think a realistic target is to look to quarter your rank? Yeah, that's probably fair. So 75k then. You're about 360k and aiming for top 100. Yeah, definitely doable. It'd be interesting to see how it goes because in the past couple of seasons, we've seen kind of, I don't know what to call this, hardcore, dedicated, whatever. People who follow FPL religiously, we've all had rank increases pretty much around double game weeks. Obviously, those in the top at 5,000 or whatever, maybe the gains are smaller or not, or maybe a small red arrow here or there. But generally, if you're outside the top 10k, you've seen increases. So I'm hoping again for that to happen this season. So I don't want to make any too many rash decisions. But there is only 6 weeks left. And we've got to take some chances at some point. What was that question I saw then? Is that to upset Az? No, well, no and yes. You'll find out soon. Let's just say I might not be on the Scoutcast this week. What's Ozil doing now? What sources do I use for information? I don't use Reddit at all, pretty much. I go on there sometimes. Like if I see a thread title that I think is interesting that pops up on Twitter, I'll click on it. But I don't tend to go on the Reddit. To be honest, apart from just kind of looking stuff up myself on kind of... I use Fantasy Football Scout a lot. I don't tend to read too many articles, to be honest. I'll try and listen to the odd podcast here or there, but I don't listen to all of them every week because there's just so many. Just don't have the time for it. So where do I get my info? I don't know. Twitter, I suppose. Yeah, I like interacting with people. It's why I do streams rather than a podcast, because I want, like I've always said, like I'm not the expert at all. I've got a clue of what's going on at least. But a lot of the time, do you know what I mean? I ask you guys for what you think and stuff. So I just like interacting with people. So Twitter for sure, yeah. You put out an idea on Twitter, people will reply, let you know what they think, what they don't. Sometimes I put a tweet out and someone will reply to me and think, oh yeah, I never even thought of that, or yeah, okay, I missed that, good point. So Twitter for me, and I do use Fantasy Football Scout as well. Do we get paid to appear on the Scoutcast? No. It's possible to improve your rank being sensible. Yeah, absolutely. I think the idea that you have to go different is false. Obviously, it can help if you nail the differential, but you don't have to go just different. You can do a bit of both. Should do a giveaway. Yeah, I'll be honest, that's not going to happen this year. This season. But I have some ideas for next season, but I'm not going to start telling you what they are or promising anything, because I hate that when people say, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm looking into that, and then they just don't do it. I'd rather just get it done and then show you, if that makes sense. What do I think about monetizing your information advice? I don't know. People have talked to me before. Sometimes they message me to talk about Patreon and stuff like that. I don't know. I could do that, but you got to offer something extra for that, right? I don't want to like put videos behind paywalls and stuff like that. Bit off topic, but did you see what McGregor did? No, but I saw someone tweet about him earlier. Was it on Twitter? Is it about using the C word? I don't know what that means, Eddie. Have I got any cryptocurrency? No. I really wish I had, though. What do I reckon the chances are of Mark being super maverick and bringing Kane in for a hit? I know people were saying in the chat that he was definitely going to do it this week. I don't think he will. Although, what will be going through his head, I would say, is that everyone else on the Scoutcast is not doing it. So for him to get a differential Kane and be able to captain him, especially when Salah is out, I think there's more of a chance now Salah's kind of probably going to miss the next game. No, not really spent anything, just kind of saving it up and deciding what to do with it. I need some stuff stream-wise to improve the stream, soundproofing in the room, stuff like that. I'd like to actually get a camera instead of a webcam as well for doing videos. Because the webcam's weird when I record videos. A lot of the time it's quite jumpy. Oh my god, he smashed up the bus. Okay. What an idiot. Kane plan, talk us through your strategy. Right now, the strategy is to wait till game week 36 and take a hit to take Lukaku out. But if he does really well, yeah, so that's my strategy. Wait till game week 36, do Kane to Lukaku to Kane for a hit. Well, being realistic, what will happen? He'll score a hat-trick against Stoke and I'll be forced to get him in. To be honest, as a Spurs fan, he always scores versus Stoke. Yeah, I know. You feel he'll not play? I don't know. I know sometimes when you don't want to bring a player in, like I obviously, not that I don't want to bring Kane, it just was never the plan. sometimes your brain will tell you that that means he's not going to play because you want him not to play. But I've got almost no doubts that he'll start. If you have Kane, does that mean no Son? That depends on Lukaku, basically. If I want Lukaku and Kane, then something has to give. So it probably would be Son. If I just go through Lukaku and then Kane, then no, I don't need to get rid of Son. I don't really want to be honest. Son could be benched. I mean, he could be benched, but he mostly plays, so I'm not that worried about him. The thing is, as well, Salah going to miss this game. He's got less games than Kane. He's going to get rested if Liverpool get through Champions League. And I know, like, we probably make a lot of it, but Kane does want to win that Golden Boot. And obviously, that nothing's changed there. He wanted to win that at the start of the season, midway through the season, and still now, of course. So it's not like he suddenly decided he wants to win it. But I can't help but think back to last year, and he scored those 7 goals in 2 games. And of course, like, I remember watching the Leicester game and thinking, in another game, he only gets maybe 1 or 2. Schmeichel wasn't the greatest from what I remember. But he was shooting on sight, and he shoots a lot anyway, but this was different, and you could just see that he really wanted to win it, and he was going to do everything he could to do that. And I know, like, obviously Granville says we put too much into the Golden Boot, but I don't know. Kane is just a goal scoring machine. It's all he wants to do. Score goals. I don't know. I wish he'd come back this week, not last week. First player in my squad next season apart from Salah. I'm trying to think of someone that might be okay priced. I wonder if someone like Ozil will be a bit cheaper next year. And could be. No, he wouldn't be the first name on the team sheet, I suppose. It depends, like, who gets brought in. Like, if Man City don't bring in another striker, then I think Aguero would have to be right up there, and Kane. Again, though, we got to look at the World Cup as well. Argentina get all the way through to the final, then that's a bit different. Spoken to Kane a few times. He really takes his goal scoring record seriously. I actually, someone said to me once that they didn't speak to Kane directly, but they spoke to, I can't remember who it was now. It was basically a reporter, like a journalist, but one of the local journalists, and they tend to sometimes have a better relationship with the fans than kind of the national journalists. And he said he was speaking to Kane, and like Kane genuinely believes he can go out and get a hat-trick every game. And obviously you can say every player would like to score a hat-trick every game, of course, but like he really believes he can go out and do it, and that kind of belief is why he's done so well since he started playing. So it's definitely a worry not to have Kane. Absolutely. And as Holmesy says there, the thought of Kane banging 3 goals without having him makes me feel sick. A lot of it is fear, of course. But for me to get him in, I've got to do Mustafi to like a 4.3 million defender, I think, or a 4.2. So straight away, there's no one I can get with a double game week in 34. And I need to make there's no one I can get for 34. Or I bring in Tarkowski and make an extra transfer next week. But then I've got to drop someone with double game week. So I'm weakening my bench boost for a double game week that includes playing against Man City. My instinct is not to get him. But I know full well, Chilwell's 4.3, but I've got 3 Leicester already, so can't do that. I've already thought of that. But I know that Kane could basically kill my season in 2 game weeks. And that is a worry, but I think I've got to go without. Oh, Chilwell's 4.4. Okay, fair enough. Either way, I can't get him. Not afraid of admitting it. You're scared of Kane. Everyone is, yeah. Am I selling Mo Salah? Not this week, no. I mean, if they go through though, I mean, let's see what I could do with the money a sec. Because although I've said about getting Sanchez, I've not actually looked into exactly, excuse me, how it goes. He doesn't perform in the double game week. Are you talking about Kane? This is the guy that scored like 27 points or something last season. Okay, he didn't do it in the first double game week this year, but still, come on. So Mustafi would have to be... Mustafi... One mistake I think I made, actually, with my wildcard. Arguably not a mistake, because Mustafi did get 8 points last week. But I put Mustafi in, knowing that I would want to take out Aubameyang and him. So straight away I was using up my 2 free transfers. So if anything happened, i.e. Kane coming back, Salah getting injured, I don't have the money from that Mustafi spot. So I kind of have to transfer Mustafi out to get any extra money, or to get some extra money. Now Mustafi doesn't have to go. He's got a good fixture in 34, and he's got a double game week later on in the season. But I'm probably going to get rid of him. So arguably I should have just gone with Tarkowski from the start. But I've got the points from Mustafi, so I guess at the end of the day I could take a 4-point hit now because of it. Anyway, I'm probably not going to sell Salah, but look, we'll just look into it out of curiosity's sake. Oh god, I've just gone to Arsenal to get Sanchez in. Oops. Alexis Sanchez in for free. Captain, keep Aubameyang. What about that? 15 double game weekers. What's not to like? Apart from... Oh no, it's not 15 double game weekers because of Aubameyang. Never mind. So I got to find 1.9 million, so I could get rid of... No. So I'd have to get rid of Son or Willian. So I've got to take an 8-point hit to do it. It's not happening. I would really like Sanchez though for the double. Just because I'm a sucker for punishment. I don't think that's a mistake. What are the odds that your player gets injured the week after Wildcard? Yeah, of course, yeah. There's that way to think about it. But I knew Kane was a possible factor as well. Would people keep Salah if he was only going to play 4 more times? Yeah, I mean, the initial answer is yes, because he's done so well. But you don't know kind of how much is this groin strain going to have an effect on him. I guess not much if he's fine. You know, but if he gets rested for the Champions League here or there, will a bit of, I don't know, you know, will they lose their focus because of the Champions League? And it's not just Salah getting rested. It's like Firmino, Mane getting rested. Will that hurt Salah? You know, will they be concentrating on Europe? Like, if you get, let's say they get through to like a semi-final with Barcelona, all their thoughts are going to be on that semi-final. So, but there's not really any concrete good reasons to get rid of him, I don't think. Nice of YouTube not to tell me you're live. Have you hit that bell? Subscribe, hit the bell. How likely is it that Lingard plays both games? I don't think it's... I think Lingard's going to start in the FA Cup, so... I don't know, I'd maybe give it like a 60-40 on. I don't think it's that high a chance, but he'll get minutes, I'd say, in both games. Have you considered free hit 34 instead? You can take a hit in 35 to remove the blankers and get some Man City. I did consider it. The problem is... I've only got Mustafi and Aubameyang, Salah, and then my 2 Burnley players. And Burnley don't actually have a good fixture in 35. They play, I know, but it's not good. Well, Stoke away, it's not the worst, I suppose, but it's not great. So I've only got 5 players, so I would have to make... I'd only have 2 transfers as well, so no, not really. I mean, okay, I don't have to have a full 11, I suppose, in Gameweek 35. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to do it. I am quite jealous of people that are getting to play that way, though. Selling Salah is so scary. Remember when I sold Lukaku earlier in the season? That felt horrible straight away because everyone was still at him and he was doing okay. Actually clicking the transfer out, unless like obviously he's, I don't know, gets a kick and train and he's out all season. Actually taking him out. Oof. Who you consider now outside of City, Liverpool? Do you know, I'm not giving my free hit too much thought because obviously stuff can change. But yeah, I guess triple Liverpool, but Champions League's now a problem. Again, Europa League is going to be a problem with Arsenal. So I don't know, Man City players, yeah. Maybe Kiko for Mania. I don't know. I don't think the free hit's going to be as nice as I thought it was originally. Is Salah the most underpriced FPL asset in the last 3 years? I'm going to say no. Because straight away you think yes, but that's because you're remembering him because it's happening right now. I mean, we had, like, what, Mahrez at 5.5 million or something? That season he went nuts. And that was underpriced. Kane, although I don't think it was 3 years ago, it might have been 4 at this point. Ali as well. Yeah, exactly, Vardy and Mahrez. Mahrez is kind of the first one that came to mind. It is hard to get Salah back, yeah. You're right. Well, it's expensive, yeah. Especially if you've had him since Gameweek 1. Free hit basically allows you to get triple Liverpool in the blank. Most of us won't be able to get them. But is the Liverpool semi-final, if they get through to semi-final, not wedged in between 35 and 36? I could be wrong. You feel a bit punished because you've had him since Gameweek 1. The cash is tied up. If you had less, you get rid. I don't think you can consider that punishment. Think of all the points you've got. How much was Suarez? I don't know, but I mean, he did really well, obviously. I think it was about 9.5. 9.5. So that was pretty underpriced, to be honest. I just think Mahrez at like 5.5 kind of beats it. I don't know if Sanchez is worth a punt for this week against Man City. Yeah, how far ahead are Liverpool in the battle for top 4? 66. Okay, they're 10 points ahead of Chelsea, but Chelsea got a game in hand. Let's say they win that, so it's 7. Yeah, he can't quite switch off yet from the league. Has to get top 4. MD Gamer, thanks very much. Is he a viable option? Yeah, I think so. You've got to be prepared that he won't play 90 minutes in both double game weeks. Mahrez wasn't 4.5. I'm almost certain it was 5.5. So I remember someone telling me to get him in Game Week 1, and they made a really good case for him. It was to do with how he played at the end of the previous season. I was like, nah, it's just Leicester. Why none of the Scoutcast getting Kane back this week? Maybe someone will. They all say they're not on the Scoutcast, but you come off and who knows. Josh96, hello my man. Always comment on the video. Comments on the videos, Josh. Thank you very much. Enjoying the content. With Mickey looking a doubt, should I transfer out for a good Game Week 33 punt or play Barnes and save the free transfer to get Kane? I mean, without looking at your team, it's difficult to say exactly, but to me, I don't see a massive amount of great punts, especially if you've wildcarded. I think, because a lot of people are choosing between Gross and Barnes, and they're choosing Gross but not really wanting to bench Barnes. So I think play Barnes and save the free transfer, especially if you think you're going to want Kane in the 34. Because you've got to nail the punt in the 33. I think the safer play is probably better in that situation. Thanks very much for the donation. Much appreciated. You don't see how when selling, the selling value is not the same as the buy-in value. Because then if I got Salah in straight away, now he's gone up to like 11 million or whatever he is, then I'm at a massive advantage over those that didn't jump on straight away. What overall rank would I like to finish? I really wanted to finish top 5k this year, because that would have been 2 in a row, and I think that would have been really good. But realistically, where do I think I'll finish? I don't know. I've got a bad feeling it's going to be outside of top 25k, but I think I'd like to finish top 5k. Realistically, I think I can finish top 10. Where will I finish? I don't know. Maybe I'm playing it too safe, so maybe just outside top 25. But I think from 40k, I have to have a good chance to get to that 10. Will Vardy haunt me again? Hopefully not. I've put a lot of faith in him. No, I mean Arsenal and Liverpool aren't guaranteed to progress, but you've got to think they will. I was 68k this day last year. How do you know that? How do you know that? The only thing is, if I was 68k this time last year, you got to remember we were further back in the game weeks, because this year the game weeks have been pushed up a bit. So we're in game week 33 now. It would have, this time last year would have probably been like game week 30, 31 maybe. I'd love to know how you know that though, if that's true. You'll easily got top 10k. Have faith in yourself. I hope so. Maybe I'm being a bit pessimistic. Don't forget, by the way, actually we should do the quick fire round soon if people want to do that again. Quick fire questions. Before we do that though, don't forget, hit that like button. We're only on 47. Let's get ourselves up to the 100 likes. Always appreciated. And if you haven't already, vote on the polls, top right hand corner. Be much appreciated. See how many votes we got so oh, got to refresh. Sent you the tweet, reach 68k. Alright, let's have a look. Oh. Is that you, Joe? Is it? B-Buzz? Oh, okay. Interesting. And I had Sanchez captain. Okay, I wonder what I finished on for that week. That's your job now. Go and find me the tweet after that game week finished to see what I ended up on. I wonder what game week that was. Need a big score from Sanchez captain. Those were the days. Thanks for that though, much appreciated. One thing I need to do this year is screenshot everything before FPL closes. I'm probably actually going to do... Yeah, no, I just need to screenshot all my game weeks, because I'm always interested to where I was this time last year, who I had in my team. It's always quite funny seeing your team from this time as well last year. How many of the same players are in and how many completely different ones there are. Am I confident De Gea will return good points? Not really, to be honest. Is Hazard a viable captain option? I mean, you'd have to hope so against West Ham at home. I don't know. It depends who else you got, but I think even Mahrez, Aubameyang, Kane, arguably even Son, maybe slightly better. I think Willian. I mean, Chelsea fans in the chat will tell you if I'm wrong. But even Willian, if he plays, you always got to back that up with it. If he plays, could do better than Hazard. Mahrez didn't even have a shot against Brighton. I know, but home against Newcastle, that could be alright. Will Sané start against United? I don't know, because he was really rubbish in the game against Liverpool. Does he need a rest? Maybe. Does he need another game to get him up to scratch? Possibly. It's really hard to say. The thing with Man City, I think, at this point, if you've not got them, then you're not bringing them in surely against Man United and Spurs. And if you've got them, you probably just keep. Unless there's a player you really want, of course, that you can swap him out for. I don't know, it's tough to say. You got to think he could get rested against United. I mean, my thoughts with Sterling is that he'll play because he didn't get many minutes, but he could just get saved for the second leg. It's very hard to predict for sure. Disappointed that you haven't got Tulloch in yet. I know I didn't have a defensive slot, so I couldn't get him in. No defender slot, couldn't get him in. Shame. Rolling the transfer seems a bit dull. That's how I play. Keep Van Dijk for 34 or go Vertonghen for -4. I mean, Vertonghen's a very long-term move, so I don't know if that will necessarily pay off in this double, but over the rest of the season it should. Yeah, quick fire session. Let's do it at 10:15 for 5 minutes. 5 being the total number of goals that Jesse Lingard's going to score at the World Cup. We'll do it 5 minutes, 10:15 to 10:20. Ask any questions. I'll try and answer them as quick as I can. Preferably questions with only 2 possible answers. Just for extra speed. Go. It's 10:15. Go. Fave ice cream. I love the white Magnum ice cream. The ones in the tub. So good. You crack the ice cream. Really good. Should I bench David De Gea and buy it? Depends who else you've got. But yes, I wouldn't be expecting too many points from them. World Cup winner. It's in Europe. I'm going to go Brazil. Runner up. I don't know. Tulloch is a forward. Yeah, that's the joke. Best FPL player ever, Charlie Adam. If Salah misses Everton, transfer to Ali Eriksson. I mean, he's probably going to miss it. Long term, they should be good picks, yeah. But I don't know if I want to be getting rid of Salah, to be honest. England to win the World Cup or you win FPL? Ooh, that's so difficult. That's so difficult. I think England to win the World Cup. Who will win the Champions League? I reckon Real Madrid might nick it again. Boxers or brief? Boxers. Can anyone let me know what happened to Mkhitaryan? He went off injured. We don't know how bad it is. Could just be a knock. Pope or David De Gea this week? Both away. I think Watford will score. I'll go with David De Gea. Sexiest Premier League manager? Oh, I can't even think of them all. David Moyes. Favourite flavour pie? I love gooseberry, but I don't know if it's pie or tart. I'm going to just go gooseberry. Favourite ever United FPL player for me? Berbatov, just because he scored 5 goals in a double game week once. Night in or night out? Night in. With beers, preferably, and other people. Is Lukaku lazy? No. Alcohol or chocolate? I mean, I would have chocolate more than alcohol, I suppose. Mark, Johnny, Az or Granville? Can't answer that. For what? Best looking, best fighter, best at FPL. Why is Dutch football collapsed? That's a tough one to answer in quick fire, especially when I don't really know too much about Dutch football. Favourite football pundit? I'm going to be biased and go for Gary Neville. I think Neville and Carragher are both very good. Who else do I think is actually okay? Who I don't think anyone likes. I don't know if he's a pundit more, but like when he commentates. I think Glenn Hoddle is okay. Am I allowed to say that? $5K or first place in FPL? First place in FPL. Keep the money going up though, and money will win eventually. Grand National winner, wouldn't have a clue. Ramsey in for Walcott. Nah, I think Ramsey's too much at risk of arrest. You are not allowed to say Hoddle is okay. Okay. Rio Ferdinand, he's okay. I think someone said Lampard. Lampard's alright. Do I like Jose? Yeah, I mean, he's a bit of an idiot, but then... Do you know what I mean? Klopp at times and Guardiola at times. Yes, Guardiola's been okay this year, but that's because they've been winning all the time. Remember what it was like in his first season? I think generally Jose gets a lot more stick for what he does versus what other people do. Stone Cold Steve Austin or Hulk Hogan? Stone Cold Steve Austin by a mile. 20k or first place in FPL. I think I'd... oh my god. I always want to take the FPL, but I'd probably have to take the 20k, wouldn't I? Could do a lot with 20k. How's it going, Fozzie? You're just in the middle of quick fire round. We've only got 1 minute left. Kane or The Rock? The Rock. First ever live football game seen. Like actually at the stadium. Oh, I was going to say Man United. I remember being in, I think it's Twerton Park, Bristol Rovers on Boxing Day. Absolutely chucked it down. No cover. Stood up behind the goal. I didn't hate it, but I was so cold I just wanted to get home. I was really young as well. Maybe 6 or 7. But I went with my granddad and my uncle. Drinking or smoking? Drinkle. Straight cut or crinkle? Straight. Favourite ever Man United game has to be the 99 final. Who will win the Mods and Cons League? I think Johnny's alright there, isn't he? I'll go Johnny. First place in FPL, Man United win the quadruple. I mean, the quadruple's only like the League Cup. I've already seen the treble. We'll go for FPL. If United could sign anyone, money no object, who would you get? Messi. That is time. We're done. No more questions. Although I do like some of the questions that are being asked. Is that when Beckham scores from... No, we're talking... I'm talking Bristol Rovers, sorry. Should say. Am I playing Fantasy World Cup? There's a chance that I'll make a team yet. Ronaldinho or R9? Do you know what? I love R9. I think R9 is brilliant. Ronaldinho is so entertaining, but Ronaldo was... He was so good. I don't think people remember how good he was either. Like power, pace, ridiculous. Okay, Re 68k was game week 32. Sanchez blanked. West Ham at home. Was the game week King, Son and Ali scored late goals? Okay, I kind of remember that. But obviously, if I was 68k after that day, then the next day I must have changed rank. So I probably had King. Definitely had King. Don't know about Ali and Son. I haven't got it to hand. I actually bought a kit, an England kit, but I got the 1982 replica one, like the retro one. It's actually really nice. And also it's about 30 or 40 quid cheaper than the current England kit. The current England kit, where the training kit is better than the actual kit. Actually, me and my mate were talking about old England kits. Some of the old kits that Seaman had to wear, the yellow and the red one, were just the squares and the rubbish all over it. They're so good, but so bad. I've just got here. Were you doing some sort of... Yeah, I was doing rapid fire. Yeah. I mean, there was FPL stuff involved. Yeah, the training shirts were really nice. Favourite FPL options from the promoted teams? I'll be honest, I do not follow the Championship at all. I couldn't even tell you who the top 3 teams are right now. So I have no clue who... which shows what I want promoted. I honestly don't know anything about it. You need a microphone sound filter. I think I've actually got like a pop thing. Like a black thing you put around here. Is that what you mean? Like, am I talking too much into it? Am I spitting? Popping? What's wrong with the mic? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, Sessegnon, left back, left winger. Coming to Man United next year. Yeah, I've heard a lot about that guy. And I know he has quite a few, or he at least has 1, maybe 2 informs in FIFA. BT Sport or Sky Sports? Interesting question. So, pundit-wise, I think probably Sky wins, just about. I think Neville and Carragher are just quite good. I think, to be fair, Gerrard, Lampard and Ferdinand are alright, actually. I like Lineker. I don't know if I really rate too many of the Sky Sports presenters, whereas I quite like Lineker. Friday Night Football though on BT or whatever it is awful. It's just too casual. Yeah, I'll have a look for that pop filter. I think I used it before, but it was just too big and got in the way. So I tend to move the mic quite a lot when I'm not using it. There was someone else on BT I was going to say. I don't like Jake Humphries. I know like he's there to like play devil's advocate, but I don't really like him. What 3 positions do I want United to strengthen in the summer? Definitely need another central midfielder, I think. Centre back. And if we're not going to play Shaw, get a left back. Probably need a right back too, to be honest. Yeah, Robbie Savage is not... I don't know, the thing with Robbie Savage is... Like, it's probably not... I mean, maybe straight away you could say you just shouldn't do it then, but... It's pretty difficult, I'd say, to be a pundit, and he's enthusiastic at least. He's just not as articulate, I suppose. It's the same as when you watch. If I do like a preview, I like to do it all in one go. Excuse me. But sometimes I'll get onto a point and I start thinking about something else, and I feel like I start waffling. I'm almost like Robbie Savage. So it's difficult. I try and don't do that, and I'm trying to learn and improve. But yeah, I'm sure it's not my job, so yeah, Robbie Savage should probably improve a bit more. You bought a vintage 98 Man United away jersey for £5 from a Liverpool thrift shop. Nice. I just realised we're not really talking about FPL anymore, and we haven't been for like 10 minutes. Did I see Zlatan's debut? I saw like what happened. Insane. It's just like perfect story for him, really. I think, you know what's great? Like, he took out that advert with the "You're welcome," and then he's already backed that up with the way it happened in the debut. Obviously, the second goal was offside, but still, Ronaldo's goal was insane. I mean, to do that in a Champions League game is just so good. And then, yeah, straight away, all the freaking people going on about Messi. Like, who cares? You've just seen a great goal. One of the best players to ever live. Anyway, I don't want to get into that. What mic do I use? I use a Blue Yeti mic. It's really good, but it picks up everything. Like, I don't know if it's picking that up. I only have to tap on the table. It's quite annoying for that regard. Ashley Barnes' goal was really good too, but I think Ronaldo's was in the Champions League game. Not a fan of Match of the Day commentators. Find they always try and ram stats down your throat for no reason. I think stats are quite an interesting topic of discussion for programs like Sky and Match of the Day, because let's be honest, most of the guys that are pundits, especially like ones that just get brought onto the show for one game and stuff, they don't care about stats. They don't understand it for the most part, I'd say. You know, they're always those, the stats don't matter, the score does. So there's a really hard balance with getting someone on who can... Because I remember I was never into stats. I used to go on Fantasy Football Scout, I'd be like, I don't care about your stats. It's all about the eye test or whatever. And I watched a video of a guy, I don't know if you follow him, he's called Joel. I think his handle is Messi Seconds. And he kind of just explained it in 10 minutes to like a peasant like me that could understand it. And I was like, okay, yeah, I get it now a bit more. And I got a bit more interested in the stats. Whereas it's a hard balance, though, to get someone on TV in that short space of time you've got to talk about a football match and talk about stats, make it interesting without just completely going too stats focused. It's really hard to do, I think. Are we sure that Salah's going to play against Everton? I'm sure that he's not, to be honest. I'm pretty sure he's not. When you do the one-take Q&As, the mic picks up your cotton mouth sounds. Ah, okay, I hate that. Yeah, but the guys on Gillette Soccer Saturday, they're like old boys club, aren't they? They're like your mates down the pub. That's why people like it. Comparative stats with context. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Anyway, any FPL questions? I know I said this a minute ago, we're not chatting about FPL. I mean, I know the chat, we usually go with whatever you're talking about, but if anyone does have an FPL question, we can answer it. Would I be tracksuit or suit? Tracksuit, absolutely. Can't do all that suit malarkey. Anytime I put on a suit to go to like a wedding or something, my first thought is, I'm glad I don't have a job where I have to wear a suit. Sunday supplement is okay, yeah, it can be. Some of those journalists are not fans. I like this non-FPL chat. I know, but everyone... Well, I suppose we're nearly an hour through. People have had their FPL talk. I'm the only one that's not fussed about Kane and Lukaku. Lukaku / Kane plus Vardy is enough for me. Yep, same for me, I think. What Man City players should we be getting? If Aguero is back, I really want Aguero for that double game week in 37. And just because he's been so good to me all season, I want Sterling as well. So the problem is it's a lot of hits. But with those two fixtures, if I think they're going to play, the hits are worth it. Wenger just said that Mkhitaryan is definitely not playing on Sunday. Interesting. Breaking news. Oh yeah, nice. We're all just plateauing before the chip overload. Yeah, it's a bit like before when we were waiting for the blank game week and that finally got away and then we were on to Wildcard. Now, game week 33 is just, yeah, okay, hurry up and get over with. Yeah, game week 34 will come along. Who is... Oh, interesting. Okay. Any thoughts on a different strategy? Yeah, I don't know. Like one of the things I said at the start of the year is I don't like having a specific strategy. Really, I know I play safe. I suppose you could say that's a strategy. I just like to play every season as it comes, but playing it safe or whatever does tend to work. So I don't know if I will change my way too much. Yeah, last chance now. If you want to vote on the polls, click the button, the little eye in the top right hand corner. Vote on the polls. We'll get through them in just a second. And while you're at it, hit that like button. On 69 likes, let's get up to the magic 100. Favourite school subject? I had a certain teacher that made history really good, and then once she left, history was rubbish. I don't know. Probably like... I don't know. I don't know if I really liked any. Business studies I kind of enjoyed. God, that's so boring. Thoughts on 5-3-2? No, I don't see much need for it, to be honest. A 5-3-2 is always one of those things people talk about, but never really happens or does that well. You're just limiting yourself for all the nice attacking options there are, especially up front. If Mkhitaryan is out, is Goodmanson to Iwobi a good option to cover Salah on the bench? The problem is Iwobi's probably a short-term swap. You don't necessarily know when he's going to play, so I don't think that's a good option, to be honest. Have you got a defender you could just play instead? Like for me, if Barnes or someone missed out, or if Barnes comes in for Salah and someone else missed out, I don't really mind Morgan playing. I wouldn't even mind Loughton playing, to be honest. Currently playing Davern, that could change. Was any good at maths? I was in the top set, but I wasn't one of the best people in the class. I was fine at it though. Would I play double S in defence this week? That depends on what your other options are. I mean, I think Newcastle at home is fine. I think that There could be worse fixtures to play 2 defenders in, but it would depend who else you got. Like, for me, I'm not even going to play my lesser defender because I think those 3 that I've got are better. Vertonghen, arguably, I could bench and play Morgan, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Wilson, Mane and Salah out for Kane, Willian and Hazard. No, I don't like that, I don't think. My favourite football player, apart from Ronaldo, Messi. Like, right now, I don't know, all time. I'm a big Ryan Giggs, Man United fan. There's some players, like, I feel like there's some players that if I was watching now, at the age I am now, I'd appreciate much more than when I watched them when I was younger. And I think it's all the players of the era, like Zidane, Ronaldo, original Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, Figo, and places like that. Players like that. Those kind of players I did see when I was younger, and obviously I knew they were good. I don't think I appreciate them anywhere near as much as I would now. And I think that's why they're not in the Messi and Ronaldo bracket, of course, but they were still fantastic players. It's like Paul Scholes. Never really admired. Paul Scholes has almost got better since he retired. Jamie, how much have you missed? Well over an hour. We're about to do the polls. Do player actions off the field influence your support of them on the field? I mean, probably. It's easier to like a likeable person, I suppose. Do you know what I mean? Like Salah, for example. Of course he's doing well in FPL, but he just seems like a nice guy. Shame not many of those played in the Premiership. Obviously, the Premier League had its share of great players at the time. Too young to appreciate Rivaldo. Yeah, but I wasn't like a. You know what I mean? I was probably a teenager, I'd say. Because I remember watching him at the World Cup when he held his head at the corner flag. Just didn't appreciate football for the same ways as I do now, really, I suppose. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm very boring when I get Indian. I always get chicken tikka masala. Anyway, let's do the polls, otherwise I'm never going to do them. Excuse the sniffing, if you will. By the way, something to what people were talking about earlier about Mark getting Kane. He's got Mkhitaryan and Mkhitaryan's injured. So he's going to do something with him. Could be the excuse. Actually, I wonder. Serie A was always on Channel 4. Yeah, I remember that. Ooh. You never guess what I just loaded up. Oh, shit. Oh. Shouldn't be swearing either. Never mind. We'll worry about that next time. Funny coming on late and it being mostly non-FPL related. Yeah, that's what happens. Okay. Polls. I just said that, didn't I? And then he didn't do them. Come on, get a grip. Mkhitaryan out is not good. It's not good for Aubameyang owners, to be honest. Well. I don't know if Mark's got Kane. I've not said that. But yes, Super Tiger, you're right. Polls, I'm doing them. Thanks once again, by the way, to Josh96, Jamal Rice, and Taron Morali for the donations. Much appreciated. That was earlier in the stream. Always appreciated. I was thinking, actually, this is stream 98. That means at least every stream is at least an hour. Some of them have been more. That means there's over 100 hours worth of streams out there now. That's a lot. Okay. Game week 33 captain. Wow, it's huge win for Aubameyang. Probably unsurprisingly. 76% captain in Aubameyang. Been over about 225 votes. Kane, 13%. Still 2% of people captain in Salah. And then 8% captain in someone else. What are you doing with Kane and Lukaku? Oh, this is super close. So only 5% are going with neither. I think that's probably obvious. I'm actually surprised it's that high. 34% are saying to get both. 33% are saying just Lukaku. And 26% saying just Kane. So most people's favourite option is to get both. I guess that's fair enough. You cover both bases. But if you're not going to get both, people do prefer, by about 25-ish votes, to get Lukaku instead of Kane. Interesting. Wonder if people will go through with that. Wonder if I'll go through with that, to be honest. Can we get rid of Salah? Okay. I knew that Absolutely Not was going to win, but I thought it was going to be higher. 46% of people say absolutely not. 24% of you getting rid of him this week, apparently. I find that hard to believe, but we'll see. 19% saying maybe from Game Week 34 onwards, so maybe we get to the double game week, we see if they go through in the Champions League, then we get him out. And then 9% saying maybe Game Week 37 onwards. So obviously got Chelsea away in that fixture. Could be an okay time to get rid of him, apart from him having such a good last game of the season. Could be going for the golden boot. Have your Kane plans changed? So basically ask when you're going to get him in. 39% saying they're getting him for Game Week 34. So really interested in getting him for the double. 29% saying they're waiting until Game Week 36. That's quite high, to be fair. 23% of you getting him this week, and 7% going without him at all. Damn, I find that hard to believe. Just not getting Harry Kane. You get 10.4 million for Salah. Okay, so you got an easier buyback. But what is he now? It's 10.7. I got him for 9.8. So right now it costs me 0.9 to get back. I don't know, could drop in price maybe. He'll rip Chelsea a new one. Yeah, maybe. You probably wouldn't captain though, would you? Had to watch an old play at the theatre with the family. I hope you enjoyed it. If people are getting Kane, who are they ditching, Vardy or Aubameyang? I mean, for me, it would have to be Aubameyang, I think. Why the hell are we talking about getting rid of Kane? Salah even. It happens. Am I planning anything special for the 100th stream? You know me. You'd be lucky if you get a party popper. Maybe you get 2 party poppers. I'll have to see if there's any left from the last huge event we had. I don't know. I know I should do stuff like that. I'm just rubbish at it, to be honest. I just like sticking the stream on, chatting FPL, and just go in there. Who's your favourite other FPL streamer? I love Fantasy Football Scout. I don't really watch many of them because, I already do my own stream. It takes up enough of my time. And then I do the Scoutcast. Like, it's a lot of time to be watching other stuff. The one I probably watch the most of, which I like, is FPL Family, I think. Nice and laid back and chilled. Could wear a suit, yeah, could do. Sunglasses. I've had to buy new sunglasses recently as well, so maybe I could do that. Suit and sunglasses. We'll see. We'll see. I know I should do something, but I just don't know what, really. The most uncreative person on earth. That's me. How do I put a question to Johnny for the Fantasy Football Scout streams? On the day of the Scoutcast, which should be Tuesday every week now to the end of the season. Go on to Fantasy Football Scout and there'll be a hot topic that you can submit questions on. How's Oliver Stanley? I think I'm winning. Winning by about 10 games. No stream gimmicks needed just for you. You guys. You're so nice. Best game with 7 options in all positions. Oof, could be Man City players. Could be Edison, Otamendi, or Company, Sterling, Aguero. How different would my wildcard team be if I waited a week? probably a little different. I would definitely want to look at how I can get Kane and Sanchez in, I think. Vote for Let's Talk FPL in the Football Blogging Awards. Interesting. Interesting. I saw your tweet actually earlier. Do appreciate it. Thanks very much. Who am I going to use my triple captain on? Harry Kane in Gameweek 37, I reckon. But I seriously want to consider someone like Aguero. When will the stream end? Probably soon enough. Vice captain this game. I'll probably keep it on Mahrez, I think. If I change it to anyone, it would be Son or Willian. But I don't know, maybe I will change it. But I think Aubameyang's going to play, so it's probably not too much of an issue. Will we hit 10,000 subscribers before Game Week 38? Nope. I kind of have an idea of how many I'm going to get every month. I'd say before the end of the season, I'll probably be just over 9,000. Say about 9,100-ish. If it carries on at current growth. So 10k will have to be something for next season. Yeah, throwback tweet was good. I actually did like it. I literally liked it. How about bringing on the other Fantasy Football Scout guys? Yeah, we'll see. I mean, you know, it's always time commitments for them. Like Mark, for example, is impossible. He's an extremely busy guy. Especially on a Thursday, because he does the FPL show. I think your FPL ranking should be the number of subs you have. Well, I'm going to need to double my subs soon, I think. Yeah, definitely 10k, I would say, should happen early next season. Your stream was probably the best after the Scoutcast. Thank you. Yeah, Luke, I don't really know what happened there. I don't know. I think he started just having to work late. So I missed a few, then has kind of become a regular. Can I get you Mark's autograph? I don't think I can. Maybe next time I see him. Can we vote for you in the awards? Yeah, you can basically nominate anyone. You can vote for anyone. It's just a big popularity contest, really. 44 points outside the top 10k, feasible or no? Yeah, definitely. I mean, you're about the same as me. Ish. I think you're a bit ahead. How many times have I met the Fantasy Football Scout lads? 3, I think. 3 times. Well, Mark and Johnny 3 times. I think Granville was there every time, but Az was only there at the last one. I've met Luke a couple of times. Met like James H, who does some of the articles. David Wardell, who's writing the book. A lot of the past winners as well. Met Ben, the guy that won last year. Simon March. I've been on Simon March's quiz team the last 2 years in a row. Who else was there? Met Tom, who won FPL a few years ago. He's funny, actually. I still have loads of quotes written on my phone from when I met him, just to surprise him with. Where do we meet him? In London, usually, in the summer. Generally, we try and do it before the season starts. Yeah, there should be a scout camp. I hope so, anyway. Have I ever met Jay? Nope. Jay only kind of really started. He's been on Twitter for a while, but he really started interacting this year. So I'd say he'd get an invite for sure. If it happens, I don't know. It's not really not really up to me. What was the stuff at the BBC? I only know what he tweeted, so I know the same as you. I put on a bit of Candyland. Okay. Yeah, okay. Jack, telling the truth there. Western represent. One of my mates, one of my best mates actually, got married today. Congratulations. He lives in Haywood Village. For reals. I won't tell you what house number. New build next to the heli. Yeah, I know it well. Big old long road down to there. Last time I was in Western, I think we went out drinking. One of my mates was sober. We drove to McDonald's to get... This was after a few beers. It's like 1 or 2 o'clock. We drove to McDonald's. We really wanted a double cheeseburger. So we got double cheeseburger and we went and parked. We dropped my mate home in Haywood Village and then we just parked there and just chatted absolute rubbish for like 4 hours. And then we went back to get another double cheeseburger because we were hungry. And it was breakfast time. So they only had McMuffins. Now McMuffins are great. But we really wanted a double cheeseburger. Anyway, there's my boring story for you. I'd love a... You got married today? Hang on. What are you doing watching the stream, man? I appreciate it. But still. Do I see Balassi becoming a viable option? I mean, maybe on like a free hit in 35. I think generally... not for this season, probably. All about South Bristol. I don't even know what's in South Bristol, to be honest. Like, I know some of the names of the areas in Bristol, but I don't know whereabouts they are, if that makes sense. Hey, Sean, congratulations if that happened. Fair play to you. You'd love a t-shirt with Atsu wearing sunglasses holding the tape from the chat. I mean, that sounds complicated. Should you sell Aubameyang to Kane? Not this week, I don't think. Bedminster, yeah, know that. Whitchurch, yeah, I think so. I expect all of you to watch this stream instead of anything else, to be honest. Just an idea, a fantasy football scout team managed by all of you take turns each game to make transfers, bench players and captains. The catch is you got full control that week. They used to do something like that. Mark and Granville used to do it where they would decide on the transfers together. It could work if one person takes control, because otherwise you've got 4 people trying to make one transfer. I love a t-shirt with it depends. I have to start writing these down. I do like these ideas. Hang on. I'm actually going to write this down. Do I say it depends a lot? I guess I do. Logo. Note coverage. as though Mark owes them anything. He's just in his best, like we all are. Yeah, look, I have a lot of opinions on people on FPL Twitter and some of the stuff they come out with, and they do feel entitled and stuff. Let's just say, if any of you meet me in Bristol after a few beers, we'll talk. Did you see that official FPL account deleted their congratulations for the team of the week? I don't know what that is. Can you invite Mark for a video review? Mark is welcome to come on at any time. Do I have a job on the side? This isn't a job for me. This is a hobby. Trust me, there's no way I could live on YouTube money. Davern, thanks very much. It was you that donated as well, wasn't it? Yeah, thanks very much, man. Enjoy your sleep. Would love to see you and Az do a joint thing. I can ask him. I'm sure Az would come on. You just got to give him a bit of notice. They deleted the tweet because the winner was a 1 week out. Yeah, fair enough. They've got to look at that stuff. I mean, I know some people are asking them to be more realistic when it comes to, you know, total amount of players and live players. They're never going to do that because they can't admit publicly that half the people aren't playing anymore. It's just, it makes no business sense to do that. So that's never going to happen. But yeah, like tweeting out someone that's won the game week when they've just created an account, it's stupid. It's the same reason. Don't tweet out the don't tweak out the bonus points until they're done. That seems so simple to me. Need an answer on my triple front line. I think you're asking about whether you have Kane, Lukaku, and Vardy, right? So Kane and Lukaku, I think, is viable for sure. Now Vardy, straight away, that seems expensive, but to me, you've got to look at it like this. Vardy is 8.8 million-ish. If you compare him to someone who's a similar price in midfield, is he a better option than them? He could be, yeah. Like, I mean, Son is like 8.3. If we think Son might miss a game, then is Vardy for the same price better? I think it's fine. So I think if it fits into your structure and your team, I think Lukaku, Kane and Vardy is fine. You can always downgrade with someone if you wanted to. How do you actually donate on here? So you hit the little $ at the bottom of the chat, but I don't think it works on iPhone. Oh God, I'm going to answer these questions truthfully and people are going to hate me. You always ignore me on Twitter. Look, I don't purposely ignore anyone. When I was younger, I always wanted a big Twitter following, and obviously 8.5k or whatever I'm at now is small compared to a lot of people, but sometimes my mentions, there's just so much stuff. I just lose track of stuff. I don't have the time to reply. It sucks, but it's just the way it is, especially on like a Friday night or a Saturday morning. Sometimes I wake up and I've got like 25, 30 notifications and I'm just like, oh, I can't do this right now. I need to go back to sleep. Advertisers won't want to hear stuff like that. Total players registered as ideal. Yeah, exactly. Mark's, yeah, FPL stuff full time. Do I follow anyone I see with FPL and their name on Twitter? No, because people just put FPL. Everyone has FPL in their name these days. So no, I mean I follow people who I enjoy what they tweet for the most part. I mean, there's probably plenty of people I'm not following that I should be, or that I've missed, or I've accidentally unfollowed. But I won't follow just anyone. No, it's like that FPL strategy guy recently. I didn't follow him, but he had a good tool which I thought was good. I used it. I thought it'd be good if people found out about it, so I followed him straight away. I would take offence if I'm not following you. Like, it's just one of those things. Mark's last tweet was August 2016. Yeah, it was something to do with transferring a certain player in or something. I've got to where I am in the ranks without any use of stats. Would getting Fantasy Football Scout boost my rank? I mean, if you're where you are and you're happy with it, then maybe not. I like the stats on Fantasy Football Scout. They're very, very, very well laid out. It's very easy to find what you want. But maybe consider it for next season. You don't have to do one or the other. It doesn't have to be stats or eye test. It can be a bit of both. Do I follow Twitter accounts with FPL in the name? Yeah, I do, yeah. I don't follow them just because they got that in their name. I don't see, oh, they've got FPL, I have to follow them. Does your fiancée not get annoyed that you spend so much time streaming? I think, yeah, I'm sure she'd prefer if I was downstairs. But she supports what I do. It's maybe downgrading Willian to Kennedy, something like that, to do Aubameyang to Kane. I mean, that doesn't sound like a move you need to do this week to me. Willian's got West Ham at home, Aubameyang's got Southampton at home. Yeah, Ben's knowledge for double game weeks and blank game weeks stuff is great, yeah. Takes one eye-catching, useful tweak for a follow. Yeah, pretty much for me. What content do I prefer for fantasy football, blog or podcast? I always prefer watching stuff to reading it, to be honest. I don't really read any blogs. I read the odd articles here and there, but I'd much rather listen to people talk out their thoughts rather than write down their thoughts. Especially if it's live, because obviously with live you don't always get the best answer, because loads of times I've answered something on the Scoutcast or even on videos and stuff, and then later on you think, oh, I should have mentioned this, or I missed out that. So obviously when you write stuff you tend to have more time to think, but then it's not as natural. So yeah, I prefer podcast. It's why I do streams, because this is what, if I wasn't doing the stream, this is what I would be watching. Like before I was on the Scoutcast, I used to watch it every week. Any changes to Fantasy Football Scout next season? You'll have to ask Mark. Yeah, he's always looking into stuff. I do need to reply to more tweets, I know that. It's just, I've got to get to the comments on YouTube, and I've got to do non-FPL stuff at some point as well. Could almost spend all day replying to tweets. Why don't you talk more in the Scoutcast? Look, there's 5 people. It's a lot of people. I'm still trying to find the balance of butting in and like just having something to say and trying to get my word in. I don't want to make my answers too long either, because, like I said, there's 4 other people to get to. Tips for an FPL streamer / blogger. Only do it if you enjoy doing it. Like, don't force yourself to write stuff or stream stuff because you think it pays well or something like that, because it doesn't. Like, no one should be starting this to earn money. My main tip, and I said this on the last stream, is just go and do it. If you want to do it, just do it. Don't worry about how bad it looks. Don't worry about, you know, the production value at first. Just do it. FFS for a tenner is an absolute bargain if you enjoy FPL. I've actually used the Fantasy Football Scout stats as well to try and win footballing arguments with friends and stuff like that as well. They're like, blah blah so good. I'm like, yeah, but hang on, this guy, look how many shots he's had. Now, I know we don't owe anything, but if someone's taken the time to tweet me, obviously there's some people that they just tweet me because they want an answer to their question. Like, what I love is when I put a YouTube video out, and within a minute, someone's replied, great video, loved it, and then they put their question, and obviously they haven't watched it because it's not been up long enough. I would say if you want to set up a fan channel, just do it. Don't overthink it. You can improve stuff over time. Like, when I went to set this channel up, I was like, well, what's my banner going to look like? And have I got the right Twitter handle? And, you know, are my videos going to look good? And they don't look good now. But hopefully, like, I've got a bit more confident when I talk. I've learnt a lot, both FPL-wise and streaming-wise, video-wise. So if that's improved, just do it. Because otherwise you'll overthink everything and you won't get around to actually doing it. You get your first video out there, that's the biggest start. Once you've done that, you can improve from there. Every video should be better after your first one, basically. One, all content has to be for that week. I've said this loads of times. Okay, you could do a video at the start of the season on how to use the free hit, for example, and that's relevant for the whole season because someone will have their free chip every week. Or sorry, there'll always be someone that saves their free hit for longer in the season, so they can go back and watch that video. But generally, once this stream's out on Thursday night, once Saturday deadline comes, this video is useless to everyone because anything can change. So straight away, it's very hard to differentiate because you're all talking about the same thing. A lot of people have the same ideas when it comes to players. So people always say about the Scoutcast, well, what's the point in you and Johnny being on? You always have, or you always copy Mark, or you always have the same thoughts as Johnny. But I don't want to go on and have a different opinion for the sake of it, if that's not what I think. But there is only a certain amount of players to talk about in a certain week. Like I did my preview last night, I spoke about Salah. Everyone else has done Salah videos. Of course they have, he got injured. So it's quite hard to differentiate yourself. Like when I started, I think I was the only one, from what I could see, I was the only one that was actually streaming. Everyone else was making videos. Now everyone streams. And they stream because it's easier than making videos. I'll tell you that now. Like it's much easier to turn on the stream and just start talking than put a video together. You might look at my videos and think there's not much to them, and to be honest, there's not in some of them, but I've still got to record it, check it's okay, load up the video editing software, cut it, add in the intro at the start, add in the bits that come on to say subscribe, like, then I got to render it, then I got to upload it, do the art for the video. Whereas a stream, you just stick it up, YouTube uploads it afterwards, and that's it. That's why people stream now. You'll notice a lot of people that stream now, they used to do videos, and now they've either stopped or they've slowed down the amount of videos they do. Yeah, the FF mag was nice. Like production-wise, they did a great job on that magazine. The problem with a magazine is it takes time to do. And like I've just said, FPL content needs to be out that week. You can talk about certain things, strategy, I suppose, you know, how you're going to handle the next 4 weeks. But let's say you do a magazine piece on Salah, and then Salah gets injured. Well, that article's irrelevant. Do you know what I mean? Last night, if that Salah injury was worse, let's say, I don't know, he broke a leg, something really bad, and you knew he was going to be out for the rest of the season, pretty much any content you've already done is almost irrelevant because Salah getting injured is huge, and it changes all your decisions. I feel like I'm ranting. I'm not ranting, by the way. I feel like I am. Can't believe we're still going. How do I do all of my art? I do it on Photoshop. Like my beard. Thanks. I always find comments like that so weird. Just don't expect them. Is Robertson getting benched? He could do. He may even get benched this week, to be honest. He ran so much. It's such a good game. Could see quite a few changes against Everton. I mean, Everton are rubbish as well. Surely Liverpool don't need their first team out. No, I think the FPL mag has stopped. They're looking into other stuff to do, I think. It was really nice though. Really well done. You guessed 33, you're wrong. If a TV company offered a Soccer Saturday type FPL role, would you be interested? Yeah, absolutely. That'd be really fun. Do I use Excel for FPL? Not really. I sometimes, when I like to use it is for defenders. So I like to make sure I've got 3 defenders with good fixtures every week. I will tweet out and let you know. I will try and respond to as many tweets as possible this week, and YouTube comments and all that good stuff. But yeah, if you've missed some of the stream, go and rewind. I'll leave it there. Good luck in Gameweek 33, lads. It's been fun. I will see you on Sunday, I think. I think the games are good right now. There's not very many Monday games. So yeah, Sunday will be the next stream. Hopefully Willian has scored a hat-trick, and I've absolutely nailed the game week. Until then, good night. I'll look into